Sometimes I'll get a commission to paint flowers, and last week I painted a bunch of pink roses for a client. I took dozens of reference photos in Portland, Oregon's International Rose Test Garden, which had an amazing variety of roses to choose from, including these English roses. They look kind of like peonies and had a pinky peach color. I painted everything except for this last rose. I wanted to save it for this video so I could demonstrate my techniques for you. As you can see, I am painting this rose one petal at a time. I use a number 6 round brush to wet down the petal with water, and then I drop in several colors and let them blend together. I usually try to use at least 3 colors per petal, including yellow, orange, pink, and red. This technique is called wet into wet. I skip around a lot too. If I didn't leave dry areas between the petals, the paint would all run together. You'll see my fingers actually touching the petals to see if they're dry enough to paint beside. The whole flower comes together like a puzzle. The first layer of wet into wet always fades when it's dry, so now I'm going to go from petal to petal, intensifying my colors. Sometimes I'll use a small number 1 brush to add color, and other times I'll add a second layer of color to the entire petal with my larger brush and fine-tune it with the smaller brush. I always try to keep the edges soft. You'll also see me adding some cool colors such as blue, purple, and yellow-green to suggest shadows. When I was in college, watercolor class was for juniors and seniors only. You need to know how to draw before you can paint like this, I'm afraid. I used a number 4H pencil to draw this rose, extremely light outlines only. Because so many viewers have asked, I'm planning a series of future videos devoted to basic skills and answering beginners' questions. Most beginners prefer painting floral watercolors like this one to portraits. You can afford to be a little looser, and your drawing and painting skills don't have to be razor sharp. If you're off a bit, it's probably still going to look like a rose. But if you're off a bit on a person's eyes, it can ruin the painting. That second layer of paint has dried, so now I'm using the same small brush to deepen some of the darks. This rose took about an hour to paint, and the next day I tightened up the rest of the roses and softened the edges of the dark green leaves. By the way, if you'd like to commission a painting, please contact me at the email address listed below. The final painting is 11 by 14 inches, and here's what it looks like.